Don't post it.
Buenos días, toda la gente aquí. Can I have anyone who's in 6th grade, middle school, high school, please come up. I got a very important message I want you to hear. Si usted es un estudiante de la escuela secundaria, por favor venga para acá. Yo tengo un mensaje muy importante que quiere usted oír. My name is Paul Garcia. I'm a Brown Beret from Fresno. I've been involved with the Brown Beret since 1994. And I just want to let anyone out there who's listening, who might be interested in helping organize our community, to contact us. We have we're starting up a chapter, a unit in Oakland, in Bay Area. And so if you're interested in joining that effort, please contact one of us here. But first of all, I just want to say that this poem's about a childhood friend of mine, un amigo, a friend that I had since I was in kindergarten, okay? And as you'll see, something happens to this friend later on in life. And it's very important because once I get to the end of it, you'll see what happens. Okay, once again, any students out there, young kids, middle school kids, high school kids, please come up to the stage. I got a very important message I want to share with you. This poem is titled Benny, subtitled Lil Quete. Benny, I remember you. I remember you like it was yesterday. Remember in kindergarten we used to have so much fun finger painting and riding the tricycles? Remember the first grade when we used to I was quiet as a mouse and you were a maldito in the classroom? Do you remember the 3rd grade? We used to walk around school singing songs like Three Dog Night and Benny and the Jets. You had so much talent. You were already playing drums in a band. Remember the 4th grade? Mrs. Burns washed our mouths out with soap. You because you said something in Spanish that she knew was wrong, and me because I called Teresa a bitch. Did you ever tell your parents? I never did. Remember the 5th grade? You had so much athletic ability. We needed you in that basketball game that afternoon. You did come in finally at 1:30 in the afternoon, half hour before the game started, but the teacher said you couldn't play. We lost big time without you, Benny. You remember the 6th grade? You put me in the game when we were already ahead. You threw me that ball for a touchdown. It was the happiest moment in my life. Even though we're already winning 56-0, it was still very exciting for me to catch that touchdown. I still remember that day when I looked at that poster and that award, Jefferson Patriots Rule. You remember the 7th grade? Things began to change. I was a schoolboy. You hardly ever came to school. Remember the 8th grade? Schoolboy one day, cholo the next, from one day to the next. They called me a local Paul, and you a Lil Quete. The car show that summer was Feed Me. My mom rented me a car for my 8th grade promotion. Too bad you had to miss it because you didn't come to school. That summer day at the park was Feed Me. A lot of pretty women, a lot of pretty rucas. It was a party waiting to happen. I saw you and the locals kicking back at the corner. I knew something was going to happen. I had to be there, but I was stuck in traffic. I looked that way. Pop, pop, pop. Someone says, it always sounds like firecrackers. Well, it wasn't firecrackers. It was burning fierro going right through Benny's heart. I rushed over there. I was stuck in traffic, but I rushed over there, and I saw his poncho cradling you as you took your last breath. Benny, I remember you. Now, this is important because a lot of times in our neighborhoods and our barrios, the kids that turn towards the gang violence start in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. There was a lot of people like me. There was a lot of people like Benny. Benny had good talent. He could have been a musician. He could have been an athlete. He could have been an academic. But that opportunity was lost. And every day we're losing people. We have a civil war going on. And as long as we are fighting each other in the streets, we ain't ever going to progress. So therefore, we have to, as Brown Berets, as activists, we have to reach out to those middle school kids and show them a new way of thinking. They have talent. They could be the next person who will discover the cure for cancer. They could be the next, genius of the world. But we don't know it because we're not looking at them as potential, active participating members of our community. So we got to do something about it. We will be united as a people when the civil war in our barrios ends. And with that, I'd like to say thank you for listening. And don't forget about our little young homies that are struggling to get by. They don't have an identity. They don't relate to our culture because no one's teaching them. So it's up to us to teach them our history, our cultura, so that they have a causa and a belief, something to believe in, so they won't be killing themselves and destroying our community. Gracias.